What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and start on this topic, and I want to touch base on this Cat Williams situation yet again. I like the fact that he defended Bernie Mac, and also Bernie Mac's daughter spoke out, and it was glad to see her and hear what she had to say in regards to the situation. I also want to talk about the fact that Cat Williams spoke on Chris Tucker, because there are reports that have come out stating that Chris Tucker's name was a part of that flight law list to Eastings Island. Now, I also want to talk about the former actor and Bruce Willis. You guys know Bruce Willis that made about 9 or 10 Die Hards, but if you guys don't know, he's suffering from dementia right now. Now, his name is supposed to be a part of that Eastings flight log list as well, but there's a content creator that broke this down so beautifully, and I don't know if you guys will believe that Bruce Willis is suffering from dementia after you hear what she had to say about the whole entire situation. Now, I also have some information that slid across my desk in regards to Christian Keys getting a check, and that's why we haven't heard anything from him about this alleged billionaire that's supposed to have violated his space as a man. Also, I got some information about Diddy, Jay-Z, and Jermaine Dupri. So guys, what I'm going to do right here is kick this thing off with Kat talking about Bernie Mac, and then Bernie Mac's daughter is going to follow that clip and talk about what she feels about Kat and what he had to say in defense of her father. And then after that, the videos will just fall in a row like dominoes. All right.
Lots of contact about my thoughts on the Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay. The interview heard round the world. And I don't know, my take is probably going to be really, really boring. Number one, I want people to keep in mind, my dad has been dead for 15 years, so I have not been fully immersed in the world of comedy. I don't know the ins and outs of that like that anymore, because my end has been gone for 15 years. You know, I've got friends in the game, but we don't sit and talk about, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, I don't know Cat Williams. Never met him. That's one person I never did get to meet when my dad was alive. But from everything that I've ever heard my dad, you know, say, he's always seemed like a stand-up dude. So I have no qualms, no quarrels with him. I thought the interview was hilarious, entertaining. That man dropped so many one-liners that I'm sure we are going to be wearing down to the ground in this year of our Lord 2024. But one of my biggest takeaways in watching people's responses was how people were kind of like, oh, this kind of sad, like, outside of being, you know, tickled by it. And I've seen people say stuff like, it's like watching, you know, your uncles go at it and you're like, oh, why can't we all just get along? Well, I mean, because everybody doesn't get along. Like, I think that's one of the misconceptions about comedians, and I guess it's due to the fact that what they do brings so much joy to others, that the perception, the expectation is that behind closed doors everybody gets along, everybody just, it's love. And no, it's not. They've always been competitive. Like, it's always been, as far as I've ever witnessed in watching my dad, it's always been kind of cutthroat. Like, you'll have, you know, people beefing, like, same as within your family. Just because y'all related don't mean y'all all get along, right? Comedy's no different. But for me, Cat Williams has my utmost appreciation and respect for giving my dad his props and his flowers. And I felt like it was genuine. There are some people who have given, you know, my dad his flowers now that he's dead, that I'm looking at like, you know, doggone well, he wasn't doing that when he was alive. And that, not just famous people, just people all across the board. As my dad used to say, you ever want to be loved by everybody? You ever want to be special? Just die. It's real easy to give lip service when somebody dies and you, oh, they were so wonderful. And that's not how you felt when they were alive. But when Kat spoke of my dad, for me, I felt his heart. I felt that it was genuine, and I appreciate it. Again, it's been 15 years since my dad's been dead. If you follow me at all, you know I've said this repeatedly. Like, it does my heart good to know that my dad was a stand-up guy, that the man that I knew him to be was who he actually was to people. Because that's the thing, like, we can love people and think they one way and then find out later no. And I say, like, in 15 years, if he was an asshole, somebody by now would have been like, let me tell you about that. So that is not the case with my dad. Makes me so proud, and I just really appreciate what I believe the genuine love and respect that Cat Williams showed my father. It is so much appreciated. much love and mad props to Cat Williams. I would love to sit down and just have a conversation with Cat Williams, because I think that is probably be the most entertaining and gem dropping conversation I probably would have in my life outside of conversations with my dad. So yeah, so that's my take. Like I said, probably boring, but that's what I thought. Again, much love and respect to Cat Williams.
Cat Williams exposed Chris Tucker. Watch this.
Chris Tucker that we got now is Steen Island Chris Tucker, not Smokey. Oh, Lord.
He sacrificed himself.
This statement from Cat Williams was one of the realest statements from his interview. As you can see here, Chris Tucker was on Jeffrey Epstein's flight log. He was on a flight with President William J. Clinton, none other than Bill Clinton himself. He was on the flight with Kevin Spacey. There you can see his name, Chris Tucker, Jeffrey Epstein, and Ghislaine Maxwell. And as you can see here in this picture, it's Chris Tucker with one of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. Like, this picture speaks for itself. That's not even to mention just the people on the flight itself are really suspicious. Like Kevin Spacey, we know all the allegations with him and what has went on. And of course, we cannot forget about good old Bill Clinton. Like, his name has already been mentioned in the Jeffrey Epstein drop of information, and we've seen plenty of pictures and heard so much about him.
Some of these celebrities are not good people.
Epstein documents have been unsealed. Bruce Willis is at the top of every headline I've seen. Not Tom Hanks, but Bruce Willis, the same person who has debilitating dementia and has retired from acting. It's giving Golden State Killer. The feds had been watching the Golden State Killer for a while before they went and arrested him. Days before, he was photographed mowing his grass and just participating in life as a normal person without any illnesses. Whenever he was arrested, he all of a sudden had debilitating dementia and could barely function. Epstein was arrested in 2019, so Hollywood has had a long time to prepare for this list coming out. In 2020, Bruce announced that he was retiring from acting and had dementia. It could all be a coincidence, but the man is an actor. Bruce could have been at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I'm not saying any of this as a fact. I'm just putting 2 + 2 as equaling 4. And Bruce, I'm disappointed in you. I'm just kidding. This is why you don't idolize celebrities. They are people. They are flawed. And I really love the movie Die Hard, and I think it's a Christmas film. I love y'all. Have a good day.
All right, so you guys just seen and heard all of that, and I do like the fact that Bernie Mac's daughter came out and spoke out about the situation. I also like the fact that she showed Kat some love, but it's a damn shame that Steve Harvey has such a disdain for her father, and it's been well noted and documented within the comedic realm that, you know, basically Steve Harvey just did not like Bernie Mac. There was some type of jealousy there. But I hope that Cat Williams give her what she desires as far as meeting up with her to have a conversation. I think that would be dope for her, because Cat shows so much respect towards her father, you know. Now, when it comes to Chris Tucker being on that Epstein's flight log, he basically did come out and say that it was a flight that they took to Africa, not to the island. So he said that he's never been to that island. It was a flight they all went to Africa, I believe it was. I could not find the clip. If you guys saw the clip, drop down in the comments and let me know if I'm correct when I say Africa, because I think that he said that they took a trip to Africa. But Chris Tucker has been adamant in debunking the theory that he went to Epstein's Island. Now, as far as Bruce Willis is concerned, listen, I'm not going to sit here and play on that man and say, hey, he's faking the fact that he has dementia. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say that anybody is faking an ailment, because that's real serious business. We do not know his health status, but at the end of the day, is it above the realm of possibility? Absolutely not, because Bruce Willis is a phenomenal actor. Now, I do take into heavy consideration that when Bruce Willis did some of his movies, especially Die Hard, he did a lot of the stunts himself, and there was a lot of head trauma, and we know that head trauma can be a leading factor to dementia later on down the road. So again, I'm not saying that he's faking and playing or acting this thing out, but again, when you're dealing with Hollywood, you just never ever know. So anyway, guys, let me go ahead and jump into this email. I know you guys are ready to hear what slid across my desk this morning. Now, before I get into this email, I do want to say that the information that I'm about to convey to you is all alleged, okay? I don't sway one way or the other. I'm neutral on this. It's just the information that has been sent to me. So let's go ahead and get into this email, and it says here, "Hey man, good morning. Be safe out there today. I see your area is under a severe tornado watch. So I wanted to hit you and tell you about the latest information I received regarding these characters within the industry. The first thing that I want to take a swat at is the fact that Diddy has settled 3 more potential lawsuits out of court. In one of the claims, Jermaine Dupri and Jay-Z was going to be named as accomplices to an incident that took place in 2009. I'm told that that's why Janet ultimately broke up with JD that same year, because of the accusation. I have also been notified that Christian Keys settled his dispute against Tyler Perry, and it's been said that TP cut a nice fat check to keep Christian from going any further in exposing embarrassing information pertaining to TP's fetishes, intimate desires, and more. It's also been explained to me that Christian has minimized his involvement with TP as if he didn't go any further. I have been told that it did go further and the two were intimate, and Christian has it all recorded. From what I'm hearing, the encounter was uninvited and unwanted, and it sounds as though Christian's career was on the line if he didn't cooperate. It's been acknowledged by someone who worked with Christian Keys by the name of Blank, and I can't expose this person, but you guys definitely know who the hell it is that Christian Keys worked with. That Christian's receipts are so strong and so incriminating against TP that he wouldn't be surprised if Christian didn't get a settlement within the millions. The evidence is that hard, my guy. Christian was struggling financially and kept receipts to use as leverage against TP when and if his career fell off or he started experiencing any type of financial woes. I'm still trying to confirm that cat situation, because with this type of bombshell accusations could potentially rip the internet into shreds. All I can say is that I can't believe all those men who have supposedly bent over to get famous, and that 2 people we discussed a couple of days ago are still alive. Get at you later. Be safe. 100. Alright, so you guys just heard all of that. Now listen, Christian Keys said that he's a straight man and he likes Hennessy and melanated women, and we're going to take him for his word, right? But at the end of the day, this is what came across my desk. Now, Christian also didn't mention Tyler Perry's name, but somebody that has worked close with Christian is saying that it is Tyler Perry, allegedly. Now, when it comes to Diddy, it's not a surprise that he's behind the scenes settling. He has so many accusations stacked up against him. I'm pretty sure that he's trying to weather the storm quietly. Now, I did send my plug back a question because he didn't specify what went down. I want to know, what did Jay-Z, Jermaine Dupri, and Diddy allegedly do? You know, that's something that I want to know, and that's something that he didn't include within the email. So hopefully he sends me some clarification on that. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you all to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything that I discussed within this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.